Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm Carey Lee. This is Into the Bliss 1717, and I have a really kick-ass message for you, you guys. You know my drill, you know my jam. This is going to be a timeless reading, right? So no matter when you see this on your timeline, if you're seeing it and you connect to my energy or you connect to the energy of the title or any of the numerology that you see on the thumbnail, that means that there could potentially be a message in one of the energetic threads that I'm channeling, okay? Please, please, please take what resonates. This is a collective general reading, so I'm tapping into the archetypes of the whole collective, not just your specific energy. So don't make it fit, my loves, okay? I typically go through and have oracle cards already pulled, which I have 3 already today. And so you'll see this if you're looking at this on other platforms. You're gonna see probably a part 1, 2, and 3. I'm not really sure how it's gonna unfold yet. Okay, I'm just going with my gut on it. Anywho, I'm just gonna go right after it. All right. So I'm speaking to a collective out there. I feel like I'm definitely speaking to a collective that identifies as a black sheep, some level of a scapegoat in your family, right? You are someone that is doing things differently than those that you grew up with, right? And this isn't judgy, right? This is not judgment, right? This is observation. My point is that you are definitely a cycle slayer. You are breaking patterns that you were born into, and the crux of the situation, my loves, is that you were born into. It's like it's not just in this life. This is not just breaking your family's patterns. This is going back generations and even ancient timelines, past life karma, right? So the first card that I feel called to speak about today is Star Brothers. It's giving Horus energy, if anyone identifies with Horus from, the lands of Egypt, right? This is about protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. You are so divinely protected. It's not even funny. And I feel like because you identify as this black sheep, some of you are maybe still working through clearing out the vessel. You're definitely on a spiritual path, whether you realize it or not. You're on this awakening path. You're on this ascension path, a spiritual path. The spiritual path entails the how we love, romantic love, friendships, family. It entails our career life, right? We spend so much time in our careers and our work life, right? It entails our money house, our finances. It in terms our acts of service and whatnot, our creative sides, right? So this card is really, really speaking on the fact that you are so protected in this life and that you have been through it in a lot of different lives. So is your family, for that matter. There's been a lot of familial trauma, whether this is complex post-traumatic stress trauma related or a unique PTSD trauma, right? But Spirit is really calling you to embrace and embody trusting in humanity. I feel like a lot of you are feeling like you can't trust in humanity and you have to go about things doing it on your own. And that is a trauma response, my loves. But Spirit wants you to be able to embrace a different perception, a different perspective on your life in this lifetime. We are in big changes. I mean, global changes. The collective, we're shifting from the Piscean age into the age of Aquarius, from a patriarchal run, a masculine run, a wounded masculine run. And this isn't me, bashing masculine energy. I love men. Okay? We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. This is about healing our masculine wounds, all of us, and embracing and allowing the feminine within us to come forth so that we can really truly create offerings and services and show up in each other's lives in a very much more humanitarian way, a very much more Aquarian way, a loving and kind way. And so Spirit's asking you to please, please, please go into some type of a shifting. It's like shifting your perspective that, you don't have to do things alone. 1212 on the clock, I can't make it up. 1212 shows up a lot around me. So that may be meaningful for someone out there. When we reduce 1212, that reduces down to 33. And threes are all about co-creation and self-expression. It's about our sexuality and our sensuality. It's about how we express ourselves in this life. And so I feel like with the Star Brothers, it's like, know that you are divinely protected. Know that this is an opportunity for you to really, truly, like, envelop yourself with your fellow brothers and sisters around you of the world. You know what I mean? And so the next card that I feel called to speak on is called Star Keeper. The ancestors are here, my loves. And it does, I'm getting chills on that right now. That 1212 is very, very, to me, it connects with ancestors, right? It also connects with that 33, and 33 is a master number in numerology. Typically, it's like, I feel like you are definitely, this card is basically stating that you are so backed up by your ancestors. They're here to help and support you. It's just a matter of you with free will, universal law, what I'm speaking on. It's just you praying, you asking for that guidance, you asking for the support, and you will receive it. It's like, this card is also speaking about when we're going through our own ascension process and you're maybe experiencing ascension symptoms like waking up, in the early morning hours, like between 2 and 4 o'clock in the morning. Maybe you're experiencing hot flashes and sweats. Maybe you're experiencing headaches. You're experiencing bouts of extreme hunger or bouts of I'm not even hungry, right? And so Spirit's like, this is completely normal. It's like the best thing that you can do to withstand your own ascension process and also what's happening, what's shifting, the chaos that's in the world globally, is like not to focus so heavily on that in terms of where it like is to your detriment. It's really important for you to maintain your inner equilibrium, and you can do that by staying grounded. And so the things that keep us grounded are activities, restful activities, like leaning into things that bring us joy and excitement, like our art, right? Reading, music, creating, drawing, sketching, painting, ceramics. Also, like eating whole, nutrient dense foods. Let yourself eat what you want to eat without guilt. But again, to maintain that healthy, balanced mind, body, spirit health, it's like the higher vibrational foods, fresh, whole foods, right? Preparing the food is just as important as how we eat the food. Preparing those whole foods, washing them, enjoying the process, living our lives through our senses. I'm getting chills on that. That's a grounding act, getting your hands in the soil, working with your plants, you know what I mean? Plant medicine is coming through. Getting outside as often as you can, even if it's the colder winter months, bundling up and getting outside and letting yourself experience the outside world, the natural world through your senses, through your sight, your smells, the way you feel, the taste, the touch, right? So staying grounded is something that can really help you basically receive those downloads and be the calm in the chaos, right? The third oracle card that's coming through, my loves, while we're at 8:06 on the timer, is the weight of the world. Okay? See that she's like floating in the water. Water is directly correlated with emotions and our feelings. It's like boundaries. Let it go. It's not yours to carry. Spirit's here to say, thank you so much for caring so deeply about what's happening in a global scale, what's happening in your own individual life, what's happening with your family and your friends and people that you're working with, right? People that you're serving. But it's so important to have boundaries with other people, but also with yourself. It's like you can care and you can give, but not to your detriment. That's very, very loud to me. Not to your detriment. Not to where you're burning out. Not to where you're energetically depleted. Your most valuable resource is your energy. Okay? And so if you're watching the news, especially in the US here right now, we're so close to the election, and it just really, truly brings out the worst in all of us, myself included. I'm not free of this. You know what I mean? I will be accountable. There are times that I get so hot-headed and I'm just like, this is just really sucks, the fraudulence and the dishonesty, But Spirit is asking you, like, the first thing in the morning is such an important time for all of us, no matter where you live in the world. Instead of reaching for your phone and jumping onto social, instead of watching that morning news, I know it's so tempting. It's like maybe, try going right into meditation or some type of a breath work. Get in and connect to that divine breath. It's so important to breathe it in down to the root, and it's so important to exhale if you need to make sounds while you're exhaling, however it is that you connect to that divine breath, when you can connect to your breath, you're connected to Great Spirit, which then means that you can receive your inner guidance and be very, very clear, throughout your day. Maybe reading a book, maybe reading some poetry. You know what I mean? Maybe something that's just really, truly, that's going to bring out that compassion, that sense of gratitude, that sense of love. You know what I mean? Something that I do every morning. I have like basically a little notebook where I've compiled up affirmations, positive affirmations that help me really get grounded and centered for the day. Also, I have a gratitude list. It's an ongoing list that I keep adding things that I'm grateful for. There is nothing healthier, in my humble opinion, really anchoring into the grace of gratitude to just really, truly open up our hearts and just be truly feeling blessed for everything that we already have. Even if you don't have everything that you want yet or that you're working towards, being able to anchor into the graces of gratitude and joy and love, you're just going to attract more of that to you. If you're anchoring into fear and judgment, and just like, I don't know, a lack of compassion for other people, even if you don't agree with other people, that's okay. That's healthy not to agree. It's showing us that we're all uniquely ourselves. We don't have to agree with one another, but we should really embody respecting each other's choice and where we're all each at in our own lives. And it's harder to do that when you're surfing on social and you're seeing all of this hate and all of this judgment. You know what I mean? And I'm guilty of it too. I'm not sitting here acting like I'm freaking, a nun. I'm not. No, I'm human. So anyway, that's where we're going right now with the oracle readings. If this was helpful for you and this is where we ended, oh my God, thank you so much for checking it out. Do all the things for me, pretty please, if you feel called to support the channels, liking, subscribing, sharing. It helps it grow and it helps the messages get out to others that may benefit from it, like yourself. You know what I'm saying? For the full bonus extended with the tarot spread and the clarifiers, you can find me at my hub, my home base over at YouTube. My handle is the same on all of my socials at Into the Bliss 1717. Chef's Kiss Vibes, my love. We're at 12:33 on the clock. Let's get after it with tarot, my loves. Spirit, what does the viewer want to know for their best, most blessed, and highest regarding putting down the weight of the world, knowing that it's so good to be grounded, knowing that they're divinely protected, and that it's okay to open up and trust others in their lives? What wants to come through for them, Spirit? Please and thank you. I just heard hollow fall. I don't know what that means. I've never heard of that reference before, but I've been trained to say what comes through. If it doesn't need to mean anything to me. Okay, so 3 of Swords just came out. 5 of Cups. What else, Spirit? Heartbroken. Sad. Grieving. What else, Spirit? I'm getting a 6th chakra squeeze right now. Some of you identify as having inner sight, clairvoyance. Maybe you're opening up to another level of those gifts. It may be freaking you out right now. Don't be freaked out. 3, 2, and 1. Wow, okay. Okay. All right, let's see what we got going on here. What we got, buttercups. I'm not even going to go for that yet. Let me just get a second here. I'm going to go ahead and take a little sippy poo. Got to stay hydrated. That's another way to stay grounded and connected. Non-caffeinated beverages, please and thank you. I'm also a registered nurse, and anything with caffeine in it can definitely exasperate anxiety. It can exasperate anxieties, fears, anger, all of that stuff, right? It can also, caffeine is a diuretic, so it makes you void a lot more often. 12:22 on the clock could be meaningful to somebody. And so I'm not poo-pooing caffeine drinks. I'm just saying be mindful of how much you're ingesting and make sure you're replenishing it for every caffeinated drink that you have. and for that matter, alcohol as well, that's coming through for someone. Make sure that you're drinking non-caffeinated, non-alcoholic beverages, water, something with electrolytes, okay? All right, so I've got a lot of swords energy. I've got Three of Swords, Five of Swords, Two of Swords in the back end energy. In the recent past, there's been some choices, difficult choices with the Two of Swords and the back end energy. Something that you really didn't want to make. I feel like for some of you, you're definitely feeling grounded. You're already feeling grounded and centered. You've made some type of a decision that's keeping you in balance. Two of Pentacles. Like you're an in-between state is what I'm feeling like. A lot of you are experiencing some expansion right now. I feel like you're going through an expansion on some level. And when I say expansion, I mean you're going through another soul lesson. And so with these soul lessons, as we go through these soul lessons and we gain that inner wisdom, right? And we start to apply that wisdom into our daily life, that's achieving, accomplishing successfully that soul lesson, right? But it can also, like, you're in that in-between state where it's like, okay, like I'm applying what I've just learned, but I'm unsure of it and I'm stressed out and I'm wigging out. And so I feel like a lot of you have been really focused. There's some type of a heartbreak that came through. Three of Swords. For some of you, this could have been like a recent ending of a friendship, a romantic interest, maybe a job loss or something. I feel like a lot of you are just really up in your heads about what's happening globally right now. A lot of war going on in the world, right? The weather patterns have been really chaotic and crazy, especially with the last two hurricanes that the South just went through. My heart goes out to all of you. I'm in Southeast Florida. I went through the tornadoes myself, and it was just absolutely a shit show. I'm going to say it. I'm super grateful that I was spared, but many surrounding me were not. My heart goes out to all of you on that. So, I mean, obviously, this is an opportunity for some healing, right? The hopes and the fears, what's happening right now, the Five of Cups, it's like it is okay to feel these lower frequency emotions like sadness and grief, even anger, you know what I mean? But it's not okay to stay in it. We are not meant to stay in any of the emotions, whether it's happiness, joy, you know what I mean? Nothing is wrong with our emotions, okay? We are meant to feel them, but we're meant to learn how to shift from one. Their emotions are energies, my loves. Emotions are energy, okay? And our mind filters those feelings and emotions, okay? So with the Swords energy, the Three of Swords, and I've got the Five of Swords, I feel like a lot of you, the Five of Swords, what's helping you right now, it's like I feel like you're realizing that you do have control over your feelings and your emotions. You've been doing this depth work. Maybe this is a soul lesson that you've come into recently. It's like the Five of Swords, and for some of you, this means that you realize that you've been your harshest inner critic. You've been really harsh with yourself and judgmental of yourself. Maybe you experience as a generational pattern breaker, you experience that growing up, or you experience that in like a work environment or like some type of a relationship, whether that was a romantic relationship or a friendship of some level. But you realize that you're healing from this. The Three of Swords in the present situation is that you're healing from this, right? I feel like with all of that, it's like people fall away is what's coming through. People fall away when we're leveling up, when we're going through this. Not everybody's on the soul path. Not everybody has chosen to do the depth work, has chosen to do the inner work. And so what happens is, my loves, is we can go through a grief process when people start to like exit the building, exit out of our lives. And so boundaries are important. Again, here comes that boundaries card. It's like boundaries are not just important to have with yourself in terms of what you're feeding your mind, what you're feeding your body, what you're doing for your spiritual health, your mind, body, spiritual health. It's also really important to speak authentically and be yourself, not betray yourself, being able to defend yourself, being able to say no without guilt. You know what I mean? Like stepping away from people pleasing. I feel like a lot of you may identify with that. I mean, I've been there too. I mean, I've totally healed everything that I'm speaking on. These are lessons and soul lessons that I've also experienced on my path as well. So I'm not just channeling about this. I'm speaking from my heart, connecting with you. You know what I mean? I get it. I totally get it. And sometimes it can be really, really devastating to see people that you thought were your friends or people that you thought had your back and they really didn't. I get it. But here's the good news. The good news is with the Star card and the outcome, it's like that is the ultimate healing card. 17 could be meaningful for you when I reduce that down to 8. 8 is about karma. It's about infinite abilities, possibilities, limitless possibilities, wishes being granted. It's like you're working towards something that is absolutely beautiful and wonderful. And it's like, you know, when you elevate, when you expand your consciousness, it's like not everybody can go along with you. And the things, even things, not even just people, but environments that you used to enjoy, or things that you used to enjoy, activities that you used to enjoy, when you're elevating and you're raising your own frequency, things come out of alignment. So relationships that once brought you joy and fulfillment, or that, whatever, it's like when you raise your frequency, when you, as you excel, as you learn these soul lessons and you excel, right, and you move forward in your life, the Nine of Pentacles, knowing your worth, like you've definitely been doing depth work, like you know your worth at this point. And so when you start exercising boundaries with other people and start speaking your truth, it can take a minute for other people to like recalibrate towards the newer version of you, this healed version of you, right? And for some people, it's just not going to happen. They're not going to be comfortable with it. And that's okay. They don't have to be. It's their right not to be. But it's up to you to make the choice to let them go, right? And be free of guilt for it. It's nothing personal. It's just a matter of not being aligned anymore energetically. And it doesn't mean that they're going to be gone forever, or that that activity has to be gone forever. It just means that until that alignment comes back together, it's not going to happen. And when you try to force things, when you don't have boundaries and you try to force things, it's like that's when internal conflict arises. That's when you're like betraying yourself. And then things start shifting not in the desirable way for you. So the challenge for you too is the Knight of Swords. So the Knights to me are all about action. They can also be like a nod to you being in a transitional state, moving from one lesson to another, moving from one way of being to another. And I feel like a lot of you, especially I'm speaking to the people that identify as the black sheep, I feel like for a lot of us, as we're healing, one of the big lessons I know I've had to learn myself is to really truly learn how to slow down. It's like this is giving me, the Knight of Swords gives me that energy of like burnout energy, working myself to the bone, burning out, expecting everybody else to work at that level as well, and being just ticked off when they don't. It's like the burnout culture, this has come up a lot in my other readings. Burnout culture is exiting the building. It's really an American thing. You know what I mean? It's a challenge for you to really slow down, like this Nine of Pentacles energy. It's like it's time to go ahead and slow down. Give yourself permission to slow down. It's like when we can slow down, it's like we learn that, we can enjoy and savor our life, not just our work life or our relationships in our life, but just enjoying being in our own presence. A lot of times when we're dealing with any kind of clearing these old belief structures or patterns out, it's like a big thing is feeling like you can't sit still, because then you have to actually hear the thoughts. And that's part of soul work. It's like to allow yourself to feel the feelings that you need to feel the sadness, feel the sorrow, acknowledge and being self-aware of how you're speaking to yourself, right? It's like, but then being compassionate and non-judgmental, and learning the lessons and being grateful for the lessons that you learn, and then learning how to release it and let it go. That's what's coming through. That's where the ultimate healing comes in. So the overarching energy that we've got right now is the Eight of Wands. I feel like a lot of you, things are going to speed up. Things are speeding up on a global scale, and probably in your personal life. All the more reason, my loves, with the Star Keeper card again, to make sure that you're doing all the things to stay grounded. I feel like all of this work, all of these choices and these decisions to do what you've done are really leading to something really beautiful with that Star card energy. Again, whether that's a new relationship coming in, or that's a new job opportunity coming in, or just a new way of being, like being at peace and moving slowly and methodically in the world, stopping to smell the roses is coming through. You know what I mean? I feel like that in itself is just an absolutely beautiful thing, and a sign of growth and healing, And so I really, really love that energy for you. And this is where I'm going to end it in terms of the actual initial tarot spread, my loves. If this is where we end here, I hope that you receive something beneficial. Drop something in the comments for me. If it did, I love to interact with you. I do have my booking link for one-to-one readings in the description box over at YouTube in this reading. And if you've never had a tarot experience before, I highly recommend it. It's really, truly very personalized and customized to your unique energy, your unique, desires and wishes and dreams and the things that you're struggling with, right? And so my whole purpose of doing this is really to truly empower you by tapping into spirit and tapping into my spirit team and your spirit team, and really, empowering you to stand in your power and to make choices and take action that help you move the needle forward in your life so that you can really truly achieve your greatest, most bestest potential. Okay, so anyway, do all the thingies, all the likings and the subscribings and the followings and all that good stuff. It helps the messages get out to other people, right? So until the next time, Chef's Kiss vibes. Again, on the timer, 25:58. Let's get after it and clarify and get a little bit deeper what's really going on. Let's start off with this Three of Swords. What is the Three of Swords telling me in this present situation? What's going on with this Three of Swords? What does the viewer need to know? Three, two, and one. Temperance and Six of Swords. Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Definitely some type of a healing coming through with this energy. Three of Swords clarified by the Temperance card and the Six of Swords. You're definitely moving away from a toxic situation. Again, I feel like there's been a recent ending. It could have been with a Sagittarian. It could have also been with an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. It doesn't have to be. But I have a lot of air sign on here. So I feel like whatever this ending was, whether it was a romantic ending or an ending of a friendship, or you have to walking away from even a daily engagement with a family member is coming through for some of you. Maybe some of you had to walk away from some type of a job situation or a collaboration. It's bringing you into balance with the Temperance card. It's bringing you into balance, and your angels and guides are there to support you through it. They're actually helping you move away from this situation with that Six of Swords. That's about movement, moving away from that situation. And by you doing that, by you exiting that situation, bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. Something else is coming in that's definitely going to be a lot more fulfilling for you. This is, again, a healing card. It's also a call for self-care for some of you. You don't need to do anything. Please choose to take care of yourself. Make the time. You are worthy of doing the things that make you feel juicy, that make you feel loved and nourished and supportive. And you can either be your best cheerleader or your best non-cheerleader. The choice is completely yours. So for sure, show me this Five of Voices. How is the Five of Swords helping them? I just heard No One to Hold 'Em and Fold 'Em. It's giving me the song The Gambler by Kenny Rogers. The Five of Swords. Let me just see what comes through before I open up my mouth. How is the Five of Swords helping them in this situation? 3, 2, and 1. Yep. Wheel of Fortune. This is a big soul lesson. 3 of Cups. And the Star card came out again. So you could have been dealing with an Aquarius on this. You could have, again, have been dealing with a Sagittarius. Sagittarian's coming out twice with the Wheel of Fortune and the Temperance card. What happened here, for some of you I'm speaking to, this individual, again, place it in your individual life, romance, friends, family, a work situation. But this experience was, you were on the receiving end of harsh, judgment, criticism, manipulation, right? Or this collaboration, it just was not getting anywhere. And it was just very ego driven. This person or this situation, it just felt very controlling and very suffocating. This is a destined soul lesson for you to experience, for you to actually be the one that got up and walked away. And so you did that. You recognized your worth, the Nine of Pentacles in the back end energy, and you exited the building, the Eight of Wands. And that Six of Swords is showing you that you exited the building on this. So the Wheel of Fortune is like, this was a destined thing. Good things are coming in with you. The Three of Cups behind it and the Star card behind it. It's like something way better is coming in for you again. A healthier interdependent relationship on some level. Again, romance, friends, family, a work situation. It's just way more balanced with you. It's also teaching you how to alchemize and transmute, shifting the energies, those emotional energies from that sadness or that anger into that of like love and joy, right? Show me the Five of Cups and the hopes and the fears. Okay, so the Ten of Cups just came out. I feel like by you doing this, the Ten of Cups can also be representative of a shift in your perception. It's like, I feel like you're definitely, some of you are healing poverty consciousness. Some of you are healing from like low self-esteem, low self-worth, right? This is bringing in a really abundant relationship, abundance in your life in general, maybe some prosperity coming through. The rainbows for me are like a nod from spirit saying you're on the right path on this. You're healing from this. You are going to be healing from this. Why is the Knight of Swords in the challenge? Explain to me why the Knight of Swords is in the challenge for this collective, please and thank you, in this reading. Okay, I'm hearing with that Five of Cups and the Ten of Cups, to curtail these emotions, in terms of like them, again, the mind filters the emotions and the feelings, my loves. To be able to consciously choose to lead your life through joy and like happiness, right? Because you can do that. You are in control. You are the master of your emotions. You are the master of your thoughts. It's like, that's where grounding really comes in to play, doing the things that really bring you into center and balance, and also putting down the weight of the world, that weight of the world card. Again, like, it's not yours to carry. How other people react to you, how they react, what they project onto you, it's not on you, it's on them, and you don't have to carry it, okay? So show me this Knight of Swords in the challenge. Why is the Knight of Swords in the challenge, please and thank you? I'm hearing for some of you there's an opportunity to move, maybe relocate, maybe travel. If you feel called to do so, don't doubt it. That's an intuitive hit coming in to act on that. But again, don't be making decisions and stuff like that unless you are grounded and centered. Journaling. I'm hearing journaling is really important. 3, 2, and 1. Two of Swords just came through, the Queen of Cups, and the Fool card. Ooh, yeah, Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So for some of you, this is about, moving so fast. For some of you, you are very uncomfortable right now. You're not accepting where you're at in the situation. You're in this between state, the Two of Swords, right? You're having trouble accepting where you're at in this, and you're kind of stuck in the struggle bus right now. You're stuck in the squeeze of it. And Spirit's asking you, and it's like, that's why it's a call to really slow down and get grounded. Let go of whatever you need to let go of. Like, release it consciously, like verbalize it. I'm letting go of the guilt that I feel for walking away from this relationship or walking away from this job. I'm releasing it and I'm letting go of it. It doesn't have power over me anymore. I'm consciously choosing this healing. I'm choosing to do better for myself so that I can do better for others, right? Some of you may have been dealing with the Queen of Cups, a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. This is definitely a call. There's some type of a new path that wants to come in for you. This is the Fool card. That's Uranus energy. Uranus, the planet of Uranus, rules Aquarius as well. So again, you could be dealing with an Aquarius. You could be an Aquarius. But Uranus is all about drastic change, like pushing you to your limit, because it's Spirit wants the best for you. Spirit wants you to see how powerful that you are, and that you are the master of your life. You are the conductor of your orchestra. Do you know what I mean? That's coming through. Maybe some of you are musicians. But the challenge with that being the challenge of the Knight of Swords, it's a call to slow down and really truly savor your life. be comfortable and radically accept where you are in this in-between stage. Like, again, the Queen of Cups is extremely empathic, very intuitive, very psychic gifts. Could be any of the clairs. So again, some of you may be coming into elevating these gifts, and it's really just a time for extreme self-care, being very, very nurturing, because this new path wants to come through. This new path, like all of that self-care and that grounding, and you walking away and you not being judgmental on yourself, and like not being like hard on yourself for doing it. It's bringing in new alignment. It's bringing in an offer that's way more aligned for you. Bottom of the deck, Empress energy. You could be dealing with a Libra or a Taurus. Like, it's definitely going to help you actually create something that is truly meaningful and sustaining, because the way that you've been going in your life is not sustainable. And this is the pattern that you're breaking. You know what I mean? Yep, there's the King of Cups with the end, the World card on the bottom. Something has definitely come to an end, and a new cycle is about to begin. It's really important to just be loving and kind and nurturing and take good care of yourself. Give me more information about this, the Fool card. What is this new path or this new offering? What or who, Spirit? Please and thank you. 3, 2, and 1. Knight of Pentacles, the World card. Yeah, it's like a new path with the World card coming in, you know, and the Knight of Pentacles. For me, that is about you slowing down and really taking your time and, you know, enjoying the process of what you're building or rebuilding in your life. You know, you are the in control. You are the conductor of your orchestra, and you get to create your life, co-create with Spirit however you want. But Spirit wants you to enjoy it and feel fulfilled with it. And when we can slow down and pay attention to the details and not cut corners, that's how you're able to build something that is sustainable and that's going to bring in long-lasting prosperity and abundance. You know, it's bringing in your ultimate wishes, you know. So give me more information on the Star card. What's coming in with the Star card for the viewer, please, Spirit? 3, 2, and 1. 6 of Pentacles, Strength card, and the Page of Wands. Okay, this is really cool. Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. It's like, okay, so with the 6 of Pentacles, resources, for some of you, resources are going to be coming in, right? There's going to be, your resources are coming in for you to basically expand on whatever it is that you're building or creating. But the 6 of Pentacles is always also about you coming into flow state with the universe. The Strength card, this is Leo energy. Maybe a Leo is going to be coming in to help you with this, or a Leo is coming in like a new relationship, new friendship, new collaboration or whatnot. But Leo is also about, this Strength card is divine feminine energy. It's like you definitely successfully integrating the shadow work, the inner self-saboteur, right? And not feeling guilty about it. It's like really, again, the calm and the chaos, what comes through for me with the Strength card. So you're going to be feeling very, very balanced. The 6 of Pentacles is about being balanced, equal giving and receiving. I feel like I'm speaking to overgivers and you've had trouble receiving. And this is definitely going to help you. Going through this soul lesson is going to help you get into that more receptive state. You know what I mean? And so with the Page of Wands, you could be dealing with somebody that's younger with you. This is a fire sign as well. So again, maybe a Sagittarius is coming in, maybe a Leo, an Aries is coming in, and they could be younger, okay? There could be children involved with the situation. But the Page of Wands in terms of soul lesson is also about being patient with yourself and really you're growing into this new version of yourself. So again, to be just patient and compassionate. I feel like that's where I'm going to end it. Wow, 38:58 on the clock. Let's get some final angel guidance. I hope that this was meaningful for you in some way. Again, if it was and you're still here with me, thank you so very much for spending your time with me. It means the world to me. I am here for you. You know what I mean? Do all the things. Again, like, subscribe, share. My booking link is in the description box. If you feel aligned with my energy, take that risk and book a reading with me, and let's really customize it for you, right? So Spirit is asking you, angels are asking you to trust in the process, to trust yourself. And again, guys, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. My ultimate goal is to help you feel empowered in the choices that you're making, being confident in them, trusting yourself, trusting your abilities, trusting that you are capable of doing hard things. You already have been doing hard things if you're on the soul path. Not everybody signs up for this. So Spirit wants you to trust yourself and trust in Spirit and trust in the process, okay? And again, this is about you believing in yourself and believing in the whole process. And when you believe, trust and believe, when you trust and believe, when you trust and believe, your dreams come true. I don't care if that sounds cheesy. Okay, this is where I'm ending it. Until the next time, my loves, be well in your mind. Just be. Love well. Love yourself and love life and love everybody in your life and live well. Be spontaneous. Give yourself permission to go out and play and have fun with your life. Until the next time, my loves, I love you all.